Assalamu alaikum. I hope you all are fine. Welcome back to MLS Online Virtual Classroom. I hope that you have written your new words on loose sheets and also you have revised your map. We are on the chapter number 1, the rise of Muslim rule on the subcontinent, and our today's target is to know the reasons behind the rise of Muslim rule on the subcontinent, and we would also see the timeline of arrivals in the subcontinent. First of all, the traditional trade routes were made safe, as we discussed in the previous lecture that how Muhammad bin Qasim conquered Sindh and it brought peace and security in this area, which led to the foundation of Muslim rule in the subcontinent. And the rise of trade through Arabian Sea entering subcontinent. Another reason was that due to peace and security, the trade from Arabian countries to subcontinent increased with the passage of time. As you can see in this map, that these are Arabian countries, that how through peace and security the trade route was made safe and it led to the trade from Middle East to subcontinent. Another reason was exchange of culture. As the traders from Middle East came to subcontinent, the culture got also exchanged during this time. The arrival of Sufi saints from West Asia to South Asia, and with this also the saints or Sufi came from Middle East to subcontinent, and these all reasons led to the rise of Muslim rule on the subcontinent. Now we have to discuss the rise of Muslim rule in terms of waves. First of all, arrival of Sufi saints, as we discussed in the previous slide as well, that Sufi saints who depict the true Islam, they came to subcontinent. So ultimately they brought the teaching of Islam with them. And then Arabs fear governance. As through Muhammad bin Qasim's invasion of Sindh, he led the foundation of Islamic governance, which was ruled by Arabs. So Arabs governance was fair and based on justice. So both these reasons led to the foundation of first wave of Islamic influence. It influenced the people over there and they tried to study Islam and they found it a very good religion and ultimately they converted to Islam. Another we have to discuss another wave of Islamic influence in this regard. Spread of Islam in Central Asia. Not only in subcontinent, while in Central Asia, like the countries of Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, there also Islam got birth. So ultimately, the influence of Islam from Central Asia came to subcontinent. And attracted by fabled wealth of India. We discussed in the previous lecture that fabled means famous. So Indian states were wealthy and they had opportunities like natural resources and many other financial opportunities. So ultimately, the Muslim rulers or Muslim people from Arabian countries came to subcontinent and it gave birth to second wave of Islamic influence. And we also discussed in the previous lecture that Sindh was Babul Islam, the gateway of Islam. It means that in subcontinent, through Sindh, Islam or Muslim rule. Now we would analyze the timeline of arrivals in the subcontinent. And in this regard, first of all comes the name of Muhammad bin Qasim. He invaded subcontinent in 712 Common Era. After him, Sabutagain sets up Ghaznavi Empire in Afghanistan, which is the neighboring country of Pakistan, in 977 Common Era. After Sabutagain, Mahmud Ghaznavi inherits this empire. He becomes the ruler of Ghaznavi Empire. He is a famous warrior in subcontinent. What he did that he raids India for the first time in the 1000 Common Era. Basically, Mahmud Ghaznavi raided India for 17 times, but in 1000 Common Era was the first time when he invaded India. He destroyed Somnath temple. You may have heard that Somnath ke Buddh, the idols of Somnath, were being destroyed by Mahmud Ghaznavi. And then Shahabuddin Ghori captures Multan in 1175 Common Era. After him, slave dynasty under Aibak took birth in subcontinent. Slave dynasty means the person who led the foundation of this dynasty was basically a slave. Moving forward, Khilji dynasty begins. As in grade 6, you have studied about different dynasties and empires in subcontinent. In the same manner, after slave dynasty, Khilji dynasty begins in 1290 Common Era, and then Tughlaqs take over in 1320 Common Era. So basically, this whole timeline is regarding the Muslim rule, but the Muslim rulers are getting changed or interchanged. Like after slave dynasty, there is Khilji dynasty, and then Tughlaqs dynasty. Moving forward, Sayyids came to power. After Tughlaq, Sayyids come to power. And then in 1451 Common Era, Lodhis take over. Lodhis are also one of the rulers in subcontinent. And then Zahiruddin Babur sets up his empire. He is also one of the famous ruler in subcontinent. You may have heard of the stories of his bravery. And then Nasiruddin Humayun in 1530 Common Era establishes his empire. And then Jalaluddin Akbar becomes king, and this is like the story of 16th century, 1556 Common Era. And then we have Jahangir, who inherits the empire of Jalaluddin Akbar, and after him, Shah Jahan becomes the next emperor, as you have heard of his stories regarding the building of certain famous places, palaces in subcontinent. And then we have Aurangzeb, who takes over the throne of Shah Jahan. So basically, all these are Muslim rulers, and we would in the next chapter study how each ruler came into the power or how his power ended. Moving forward, so basically, in this lecture, we came to know about the reasons behind the rise of Muslim ruler on the subcontinent. The reasons were like the arrival of saints, the Arabs' fair governance based on justice, and the safe or peaceful area of the subcontinent. And then we analyzed the timeline of arrivals in the subcontinent from Muhammad bin Qasim to the Shah Jahan. Now is the time to know your homework. First of all, you have to do that. You have to read page number 1, 2, and 3, and after then you have to review the timeline as well. And my dear students, a quiz is waiting for you in the next lecture, so be prepared for it. Good luck. And our message of the day is work hard, dream big, and never give up. Thank you.